Hello. In this video, we will talk about ways to close or end the cover letter. In this paragraph, job seekers make a request to interview for the job, tell how they will follow up with the application, and leave the reader with a positive impression. These items can be written in any order. The goal of this paragraph is to summarize your interest in the job and show the employer that you are ready for the next step, a job interview. Although job seekers do not make the decision about the interview or schedule, they should plan to call or email the employer soon after sending the application. This shows that the applicant is serious about the job and may lead to an interview. Let's look at our example applicant in the United States, Beth, and see how she wrote the closing paragraph of her cover letter. She begins this paragraph by summarizing her experience and showing her interest in working at the University of Texas. She then leaves a positive impression by thanking the reader when she says, "Thank you for taking the time to review my resume." She also tells the reader that she plans to move to Austin at the end of May and that she will be available for an interview at any time. This information is only necessary if you do not live in the same location as the employer. You can see that Beth continues making her positive impression with phrases like, "would be delighted to meet with you," and "I look forward to speaking with you soon." Because of her positive impression, her summary of qualifications and interest, Beth's closing paragraph is very effective. Let's look at another example with Tomoko's closing paragraph. Tomoko begins the paragraph with a very polite request for an interview by saying, "I would appreciate the opportunity to discuss my qualifications in an interview." Her request is very indirect or polite, but both applicants are clearly asking for a chance to meet the employer in person. In the next sentence, Tomoko says, "I will contact your office next week." We don't know if this will be a phone call or email, but she can do one or both. Like Beth, she also gives a specific time by saying next week. Tomoko also leaves a positive impression by thanking the reader and expressing her interest in meeting in person when she says, "Thank you for your consideration of my application, and I look forward to meeting with you." At the end of the cover letters, both job applicants add a complimentary close, "sincerely," followed by a comma, their signature or handwritten name, and then their typed names. Your signature shows your personal style, so be sure to write neatly and clearly so that the reader can understand your name. To summarize, we've learned how to end the cover letter with a closing paragraph that makes a request for an interview, tells the reader how you plan to follow up, and leaves the reader with a positive impression. We also learned about the complimentary close, signature, and the typed name. Now, let's move on to another video which talks about the present perfect and past tenses.